Okay, here we go. Last video of that incredible historic goal line stand by Ohio State. I showed you the players and how incredible the defense was on that goal line stand. I showed you Sark versus Knowles, the big matchup I said it was going to come down to, and how Sark got the better of Knowles earlier in the drive, but then Knowles came out with big people and wise maneuver. Even after they went to two receivers on the second play, he still had his big guys up on the line, okay? And then now it's 3rd and goal after that big loss on the pitch. It's 3rd and goal from the 8, and then they'll have 4th and goal from the 8. And Knowles does a new red zone defense. I'll have the link below. He actually says it in the post-game press conference. And I was wondering what this was. And I'm still not sure what he calls it, but I'm calling it BOX11. I'm calling it the BOX11. And that's not for the Notre Dame box from Newt Rockne. I'm going to do a video on this later, which is amazing. We played Notre Dame 100 years later when Newt Rockne used to use his quick shift sets out of the box formation, which was like a single wing concept, but in the box. Anyway, this is different. This is more, I'm going to jump to college basketball, and not too long. This is not a college basketball site, but I actually studied that as well. And there's a defense, a matchup zone defense in college basketball called the BOX11. And I've seen this done, and you have, it's like it forms a box with 4 guys and 1 guy on the top on the point guard. Okay, same thing of what it looked like Ohio State was doing. It was wild. They had like a BOX11 on one side, which kind of was like a cover 7 and 1, because the cover 7 has 4 over 3 on the one side and 3 over 2 on the other side. Okay, but this first, on the 3rd down play, which is our first play we're looking at, Sark actually put 4 eligibles to one side, and Ohio State had to have another guy over there. And I'll show you that, a linebacker covering that running back, and they still had the box. So it looked like a BOX11, but with a cover 7 concept, which is a match. This was a zone match. That's what this was. On the other side, it would look like Qtrs, okay? And then on the last play, Sark put more people to the boundary side, so Ohio State switched it and had the box over there, like the cover 7 concept, and that's when Caleb Downs matched his guy down the seam in the end zone, which stymied the play. They were trying to go to that guy, and that gave Jack Sawyer time for the big hit and fumble. So that was a box concept on that side, and there was more Qtrs on the other side. So 7, cover 7 plus 4, the Qtrs is a cover 4 type, 11. And that's a lot of times how you put this all together. So, of course, I'm saying this, cover 11, because it has a box way on the one side, on the receiver, on the more eligible side, it's like a BOX11. And that's what I'm having fun with. It's just fun. I'm having fun. I don't know what Knowles calls it. I don't know what, but I could tell that's what they were doing. Those were the concepts, and I'll show you this in the film. And it was amazing because you don't throw in new stuff like this unless you have an experienced, talented team. And this is an experienced, talented team. Some of these guys are going to be in the NFL. And Caleb Downs was, again, leading the way with all this. But all those DBs, you could see on that last play, they were kind of like, are we doing the right thing here? Right before the snap. So it was risky. It was aggressive, very aggressive to throw that kind of coverage. If it works, no one's going to be open. That's the whole point of even the cover 7 match that Saban invented. Everybody has assignments, and if everybody does their assignments, you morph to the pattern distribution. And that's what Ohio State did on those 2 plays. They morphed to the pattern distribution and had everyone taken care of. And Ewers didn't know where to go, and then you had the pressure from Jack Sawyer twice in a row, and the story. So let's take a look at this. All right, here we go. Let's get crazy. This pulling out a new defense in the last 2 plays of an incredible game, a college football playoff semifinal. Are you kidding me? But anyways, boy, you really have to trust your team, and Knowles did. So right off the bat again, as we try to, what are we going to do, beat up on Sark, some of this stuff, I kind of showing you, yes, debatable, that second play call. The first play call was fine, the Newt Rockne shift, no big deal. Slamming up the gut, Ohio State just was incredible, the talent, and Knowles big people. But the second play, questionable. But this play, look what you got here, 4 eligibles to one side. Okay, that's cool. We have an offset formation to the wide side. We're going to do a little trickery here, maybe some kind of cool scheme. And it's going to make it easy for Ewers. He's either going to look over here, if he sees a bunch of guys, and he's going to go to the one-on-one down here, it looks like, press coverage. Okay? But the problem is Knowles is really good too, and he pulls out what I'm calling a box 11. Because look at this, and this is what I talked about here. Look at this, guys. They're all in a box, and then there's the one. This looks like if this was basketball and the hoopers down here and the point guards up here, this is a box and one. So that's just a quick look at that, but there's more to it than that, believe me. And then you have your other safety here. I think we've got Hancock here, we got Ransom over here, we got Downs here as almost like a pseudo linebacker. You almost have, you're going to see them right here is Sonny Styles getting ready to line up. Look at JTT in a 9 technique, way out wide. That's kind of cool too. Sawyer here, and he's way out in the boundary doing that, right? So check it out. Here we go. We get Tyleek getting down on the stance. Sonny's going to sit here. Now these two linebackers, Sonny and Cody Simon over here, okay? One of them is going to grab the running back, and one of them is going to spy the QB. So that's kind of what they're playing, okay? Now, if the running back stays in the pass block, they rush it. And depending on if Ewers just sitting back in a drop back, you can rush it too. So you have a 3+2. You have a 3-man rush, possible +2. But because of the spy, these linemen are able to do whatever they want to get to that quarterback. They don't have to try to watch out for the QB taking off. They can just get in there. And that helps a lot. And you'll see that with twice in a row, Sawyer applies great pressure, and JTT, because they're not worried about containment. You've got a spy. One of these guys is going to spy. If this running back goes out here, Sonny's got him, Cody spies. But the running back comes out here, so Simon's got him, Simon's got him, and Cody's got him, and Sonny will be the spy. Okay, so now we've got a press. This is like quarters press quarters. We've got a press by Iggy, and Ransom's in the quarters, as you can even tell by his alignment. Over here, this looks like a 7. We've already got cover 7 at its best. I mean, not at its best. That doesn't make any sense. If the pattern distribution works out where there's a flat guy and a corner and a deeper guy, you know, or a guy over in here. If a guy goes deep down here, this guy, the bracket guy, that's Downs, he's supposed to follow him. Or he has inside leverage on anything going inside. Here's the safety for anything deep. Or coming across too. So a guy goes deep in the, I mean, that would be Downs and him on that guy. If the guy does a corner, that would be this cornerback and him on that guy. And then the corner can also, if you got a couple flats, the corner can come down here. So it meshes, but at its perfection, when you see it, it almost looks like a diamond. You've got this guy up close on the flat, this guy bracket on the one side, this guy on the other side on the outside, and then this guy here, and it forms like a diamond. 4/3. Because the running back's over here, we need a +1, and that's Simon. Over here, quarters, he's just got an aggressive safety. He's got the deep quarter here, but he's also got, you know, anything going crosser right in here. That's the quarters, okay? And then he's got the press coverage right there, and the deep quarter, by the way. So it's condensed, of course, because it's red zone. Knowles called it I'm going to put the link from Knowles, but he called it a red zone defense, right? So it's compressed. So right here, look already, it's looking like a box run. So there you go. Running back's going out to flare. Simon's going to take him. Styles is looking for the quarterback. And Sawyer's making a great move on the right guard. JTT's coming outside. And there's Sawyer getting by the right guard. There's Simon there. There's Styles' older brother, Lorenzo Styles. This is 6 DBs, by the way. So he's here, Hancock's out here, the 5th DB, the 6th DB. He's got the flat. Look at Downs walling off there on his leverage. You've got Mathews, the cornerback, walling off out here for the corner. And there you go. You got the corner out here. We got Downs, because this guy stops right there, he's got to race up and match him. Look at that. Perfect by Downs. Absolutely perfect. Perfect by Mathews. Even, you know, they did it so perfect that Hancock's able to back off just a bit in case anybody flies in from out here. That'd be the one receiver. And you got Styles eyeing up here, making sure. And you got this in the flat. And you got Iggy really hard on that route. Ransom is ready in case that route comes in. So, again, look at them talking, chirping. They're chirping communication because this is new. It's incredible they pull this new stuff out right now, but it's new and they're chirping like we got this, and they did it. They did it. Knowles got tons of credit to these guys. And look at Downs. Downs is leading the way. Now we got a motion out wide. This is pretty cool by Sark. This is not a pro style. This is a real spread style kind of thing here. Got to overload it to the one side. And there's Ransom in case this guy goes in the quarters and he does a corner route. So Iggy's all over it. And now his hands are on him. Is that a PI? I don't know. A hold or a PI right here?
I don't know. I'm not too far away here, so I don't know. But here's the reason we don't care. Okay, so one more time. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody's matched up. Everybody perfect match. And Caleb screwed up earlier in this drive, but didn't screw up here, man. This is beautiful because Ayers could have quickly hit him, but Ayers came off this quickly and he's decided to go one-on-one, and Sawyer busted it up. So again, everybody's set. Now let's look at it from the end zone. Okay, here we go. Let's just watch the rush by Sawyer, which I showed earlier in another video. He just burns this guy. He just fakes him out with a move. Okay, and then the guy's holding him, but he still gets in on Ewers, I'm sorry, and causes a bad pass. Okay, look at Ransom getting ready on his Qtrs safety. Okay, he's blocking off there. Okay, so this causes a bad pass, and again, I don't see much on Iggy, and that's a little late there. I don't see anything there, so I don't know if he's holding. We would have to ISO him right there. That's not really holding. That's just but it's hard to know. But it doesn't matter. You're not going to call PI with this kind of a throw, which is because of him getting in there. And then, of course, JTT with the wide technique. And look at Sonny. They can do all this. Sawyer can make this crazy move because Sonny's spying. If he busts outside and starts running around, Sonny's going to come flying up there. Okay? And I love seeing wasted linemen. Look at this guy, right tackle, doing nothing. And he gets screwed on the next play. This is when you mix up this variety Knowles does. Such trade. This is very aggressive. You might say, what? 3-man rush? Yeah, super aggressive, especially to pull this kind of thing out at the end of the game. I just still can't believe it, but it worked. And he has trust in his players, and it's brilliant stuff. I call it a cover 11. I'm going to call it a box 11, like I told you. Now, look, we're going to go to the next play. Now, look. Now Sark goes more to the boundary. He's got 2x2, but it's actually got the running back there, so it's 3 to the boundary. See? Now there's Sonny. Now JTT is not as wide, and Sonny's about to move him in even further and come up on the line. Cody Simon's up on the line. They are probably expecting this running back to block. Okay, but either way, if the running back's on this side in the boundary, Sonny's got him. Comes over to this side, Cody's got him. Okay, again, box 11 and 1. Now this time Downs moved over. I kind of screwed that up in my last video. This is Downs here. Because he moved over, because now we're doing a 3/2 here, a 3/2 here, okay? So again, but over here with the 3 receivers, the 3 eligibles, I should say, you're having, you count Sonny almost, and you're going to have a cover 7 sort of. And I'll show you that in a second, okay? So again, there's Jack and Zach Smith, courtesy of Zach Smith. He's showing Jack there. He's going to come on that historic rush. But there's Simon. He's going to rush, but it's a spy rush, and you'll see that in a second. So let's see the line real quick here, and you'll see Simon, he's kind of spying, see? He's making sure that he doesn't escape the pocket there. Sonny is out on this guy, and look at the diamond I told you about. There's that diamond. Leverage here on the outside, and look at Downs with his inside leverage. And look at here, this is like a Qtrs, press Qtrs. They press the inside guy with Lorenzo styles, because the outside would be harder to get to the outside guy. So you have more space to get up on that. So look at the Qtrs here. Now what happens here? We got this guy going out in the corner, but this guy's coming inside. So we just want to, we're 3/2 here. Now I think this cornerback has the option, but Lorenzo has this guy. So he's just going to watch in case we got some funky stuff here. They throw it inside here because he's kind of open. Ewers could have done this, but look, he's going to be on it, and he's going to be on it. So good job by Mathews. Good instincts to let the corner guy go, because that's going to be a long pass. Okay, right there. See, that's a hell of a, that would be. So this is what you really wanted to watch. So that's okay. So that's Qtrs, and see the Hancock coming up like a Qtrs safety. Again, Qtrs is a 4, and I got a 7 over here, cover 7 over here. That's 11. I call it box 11. And again, look like a box as much? No, this looks like just a cover 7. So it's so much not really a box, because they didn't have the 4 to one side. They had a 3x2. So it ends up looking like the cover 7 and this over here, a 3/2. So no box on this one. So really, I don't know. Maybe it's just a cover 11. You know what I mean? I'm just having fun with the whole box thing. Now again, look at this by Downs. This is as good as his last coverage was. This is even better. Look at this, man. He didn't get fooled. He got fooled earlier in the drive, but not here. He is, and that's what Zach's showing right there. See? Boom. It was a little stop and go right there. So this is a nice route design. Another guy, 2 guys heading out to the corner, 2 guys heading in the inside, and the stop and go here. You got a check down here, which on 4th down you didn't really want to do. Real quick, back to this. Look at this. Okay. Not bad here. I mean, look at the cover. I mean, again, cool stuff here by Sark. Nothing wrong with this. Now, would I like more RPO sort of things? Yeah, I like option more, but Sark's not into that as much. Sark's more pro style. But this is, or air raid, whatever you want to call it. But this is his own stuff. It's really BYU style, which is sort of West Coast offense. It's BYU. But anyway, that's another talk for another day. But yeah, this is kind of not bad. He's got the field spread out over here, and he got the one-on-one down here, okay, to the corner. And down here, we do it more evenly. This is a little more West Coast offense way. And we got 2 corners and 2 inside routes, okay? It's not really pure and it's whatever it is, but it is what it is. Sark, and it's nothing wrong with it. Now look at, now we're gonna watch Ewers from the end zone. There it is. Okay, he right away is looking over the boundary. He's not even looking the other side. Sort of surprised. Oh, Zach's driving me nuts here. Wait a minute. Wow. Ewers never looked the other way. Unbelievable. I didn't notice that before. Wow. Oh, my God. Because, and the reason I tell you that, and you'll know what I think you know what I'm going to say. This guy right here, Golden. Now, yeah, he's probably going to be stopped. And it's 4th down. I get it. And you want to hit this guy. But Down's got it. Once you see that right away, you got to move off that. Right? Oh, he's waiting to see the stop and go here. That's why. Yeah, he's waiting to see the stop and go. That's why. Yeah, that was the primary. That was too hard. The time he did the stop, the time he knows it, Sawyer's in his face. Okay. And he couldn't come back to here. If he had time, he would have come right back down here. And then he just tried to release it anyway. He could have done a check down, but this all, they got it all. They got it. The check down ain't going to work. Wow. Wow, yeah. He just didn't have time. Yep. Right there, he could have done a quick look back over here and hit Golden, but he's probably going to be stopped anyway. Hey, look, it's Knowles. He did it, and his players did it. They did this new form of coverage, this cover 11, this box 11, whatever you want to call it. It's a box 11 if you have 4 eligible, an offset to one side, or it's just a cover 11, but it's like a 7 and a 4. It's split field coverage. That comes from Gary Patterson and Gary Darnell way back. But this is great, a great creativity by Knowles. Look at the spin move by JTT. Not as wide this time. See how Sonny came up on the line. They came up on the line more. I think they expected maybe the running back was going to block here. I don't know why, but it doesn't matter. Cody Simon, even though he's Russian, was kind of making sure, you know, the spy, and for some reason the right tackle was worried about Cody Simon, but they were all shifting over, so he didn't. Maybe because the right guard got burned so bad last play. I don't know what he was thinking, but that little hesitation. Oh God, there comes Sawyer, and it gave Ewers no time to do anything, to scramble, to anything. If he could, and right there, he really needed to scramble. He really needed to just run, because you start to scramble, and then you got it. Watch. I mean, you got a chance. You scramble up in. I said that in an earlier play with him. You scramble up in here. Maybe these guys bust out. We got the scramble drill, you know. But it's all easier said than done. I mean, you got to Jack's bearing down quick. It's just awesome by the players. Awesome stuff by Jim Knowles. I still can't believe he pulls out a crazy cover 11 he's never done before at red zone. He calls it a red zone defense. Wow. Is all I got to say is wow. It really was a master, and it was good. None of this was that bad. The only thing you'd say maybe the pitch. Where was the RPO early on? But that's not Sark's style. I love the quick hitter on the first play. Wow, but Jim Knowles got the better.
I'll say it again. Wow, that's wow. I mean, cover 11, box 11 on the one play, like more of a cover 11 on the other play. You got 7 on one side and cover 7 on the one side and quarters on the other. I don't know what Jim Knowles calls it, but wow, it's a new red zone defense. He verifies that. I'll put the link below. To pull that out of your hat, it's almost like the screen pass in the first half. And I got my little Chip Kelly goatee, if you notice. I think Chip's got a goatee. It's so white. I can't tell. Mine's darker, but I got a little white. But anyways, no, I just... it's unbelievable, man. It's just, and you saw Caleb Downs down there. You guys saw in the film, I think, him pointing stuff out, even on the last play too. Both plays, you know, both sides of it, because Caleb was to the box side or to the cover 7 side, which is 4 over 3. And in the box, when it was 4 receivers, it was 5/4. But Caleb was like the man because he had the inside leverage. He had to cut the crossers and all kinds of stuff like that. Did Jim Knowles create this just for Sark? I don't think so. I think we might see it in the Notre Dame game. You know, just like that Tampa 5 stuff he was doing in the Tampa off the 5 DB flex, the Tampa flex, if you want to call it, he was doing against Oregon. We saw that in the beginning of the game. And again, I got to get through this whole damn game now. So I spent so much time on these couple of few plays, and because they were huge and they were more the game than anything else. But now I'm going to look at the whole game. And but I think, you know, Jim Knowles creates some of these packages, and when they work, even in this goal line, he said, I did big people, and I did it again. Then I did this new red zone coverage, and I did it again. You know, so something works, he does it again. But I just am blown away that these players did the right thing. I really am. They're not NFL guys, but some of them are going to be. Caleb Downs is going to be. I just, you know, so as much as Caleb might have messed up that one match during the drive, and Sark got the better of Knowles on those couple plays. Sark was going to win a couple, you know, but Knowles did it at the end. And goal line all year. I've never did a video on that Penn State. In the offseason, I will do a Penn State goal line. Honest to God, he did what I call the no man's land, no man's coverage. Like literally left the guy wide open. He was a lineman, but it was interesting. He does really cool. He's like a little mad genius, this Knowles guy. You know, he really is. And sometimes it's too much, to be honest. But like I showed you in this Oregon game, the video of the first Oregon game, when he was, you know, you blitz 2 guys, you drop all the D linemen, so it's a 2-man rush and cover 0 behind it, and they're shutting down on they're slamming down on the sticks. It was nuts, but I love the experimentation. But anyway, this time you pull out a cover 11 now in the red zone. It was condensed, but still great, just incredible. I don't know that anybody else is out there talking about this way. And again, don't get, you know, comments, oh, what's cover 11? Oh, you're making stuff up. Yeah, I am. I'm calling it cover. But the concepts are, it was a cover 7 on the one side. It was a split field coverage. Gary Patterson, this goes back to Gary Darnell. It was one side would look like a cover 7, one side looked like a quarters. That's all. And I don't know exactly what he's doing, but I'm telling you, it was a match that morphed, a zone match that morphed to the pattern distribution, and they did it brilliantly. And I love the little idea of Sonny and Simon alternating between grabbing a running back and spying on Ewers. They do that. Teams do that. That's nothing brand new, but in that situation, in the cover 7, and then the 3-man rush, and now these rushers can just go full blast, you know? And that's what you saw. And that's part of the reason Jack could unleash that move, and JT was doing a spin move. On the third down play, JT was like a wide 9 technique. You can do all that because you have a spy if Ewers gets out of there. But Ewers needed to get out of there, even on that second one. He needed to get to the other side of the spy. Simon, everybody would have been racing at him, but it was the only shot. But, you know, it's so easy to say, look, Jack Sawyer brought the hammer 2 in a row, and it didn't give Ewers much time. It wasn't really Ewers' fault. He had a guy maybe open on the wide side, Golden, but again, they were doing quarters over there. And Hancock was all over that. And Mathews was letting Lorenzo style, Sonny's brother, take the corner route, and he was coming down on that. So, again, I know I've talked about this so much because I'm blown away. This is a little longer. Wow. I'm still just wow. Yeah, Knowles and Sark, 2 masterminds. And Knowles did it again at the goal line. And the players executed unbelievable, that goal line. And the whole talent, execution, scheme, culture.